Thinking of undertaking a property development? Perhaps you've got land that's absolutely ripe for redevelopment, or indeed you're looking to expand your knowledge in this highly technical field. Whatever your situation, let me share with you an insight into the world of property developing. Damian Coad is my name, and since 1998 I've been successfully undertaking a number of developments around Melbourne. And I want to share with you my aim today, and that's to simply help prevent you from making the same expensive mistakes that I see a lot of investors and developers make. So please enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. In this video we'll look at the financial side of undertaking a property development. In particular, we'll look at what expenses need to be allowed for. And from what we discussed today, you should be able to calculate a basic feasibility calculation for your next project. In some cases, it may be best to sell a property in its current form. Alternatively, it may be best to increase its value by attaining plans and permits. In some circumstances, the choice to undertake the project and build can be most profitable. In this slide, we will look at the various numbers you need to know before you spend money lodging a planning application. But to work out the figures, we must be aware of the expenses. In general, common expenses exist in almost every development project. Legal costs, town planning costs, building costs, and subdivision costs are some of these. If you intend to sell a property with plans and permits, it is unlikely that you will need to invest in all of these items. However, future purchasers will be allowing for them. The site costs can vary considerably, so it's best to overestimate the expenses. Construction costs for units can vary from $12,000 to $30,000 per house square, depending on the desired standard of finish. Experienced developers will always overestimate their expenses and generally have close relationships with their accountants who will provide them with accurate balance sheet estimates before they commence the project. Ensure you thoroughly understand your tax implications and create structures that maximise your investment return. Council application fees can vary dramatically, depending on your municipality and the number of buildings involved. If you intend to sell a property with permits, you will typically only need to pay council the town planning application fee and the advertising fee. If you intend on building, the list of fee requirements will grow. Many of these items are covered in this slide. Each water authority will require contributions and fees to be paid. Whilst these expenses are generally not too excessive, they should be allowed for. Having said that, significant costs can arise. In 2015, I was required to extend a sewer branch to a property that measured some 10 metres in length and costs over $17,000. Authorities will only allow certain registered, recognised tradespeople to work on their water and sewer pipes, and these organisations charge excessive sums for their work performed. It should be noted that in most parts of Melbourne, sewer branch extensions will not be required. Land surveyors will complete a site context plan and a site re-establishment survey for a cost of around $3,000 to $4,000. Arborist reports, well, they're generally around $1,000. Now, your costs for the planning applications vary considerably, with draftspeople often less in price compared to architects. Now, civil engineering and working drawings will be explained in a further video. However, you should be aware that the cost for these can be quite considerable. Smaller fees, say under $1,000, generally apply to soil test reports and energy rating reports. Land surveyors charge an additional fee during the subdivision process, and these too need to be allowed for. Demolishing a typical mid to late century home on a standard block of land will cost around $12,000 to $18,000. If you have some asbestos on site, these costs can certainly increase dramatically. Before constructing, it's always best to obtain at least 3 quotes. Some builders will be able to give you a reasonably accurate estimate based on the initial town planning permit application drawings, but most will prefer to see completed engineering and working drawings before they provide that formal written quote. In my video titled The Building Permit, I'll be providing you with examples of how each of these drawings will look. Building surveyors base their rates on a certain number of visits to the site. Always allow for an extra 2 or 3 site inspections in your feasibility, as most developments will require additional visits. It's also advised to make an allowance for variations to the original building contract. I'll usually set aside around $10,000 per dwelling to cover any surprise costs during construction. In this slide, you will see a list of expenses related to the purchase and sale of your development. Legal fees are generally around $1,000 for purchase and the same for each sale. In purchasing, constructing and selling 3 units, you should allow around $4,000. Depending on the sale price, agents can charge somewhere between 1% and 4% to sell the home. The online stamp duty calculator found on the State Revenue Office or SRO website is a great tool in establishing your stamp duty liability. For other listed expenses, go no further than to your accountant. Would you like to know more about property development? Contact us today and I'll send you the link to the property development webbook attached. Further information has been compiled for you and is available for free. If you'd like a copy of this publication, simply write or phone us today. When the time comes for you to sell your development project, it's absolutely essential that you achieve the greatest financial return over your renovation or development. The risk you've taken deserves its rewards. Thank you for watching this video. Feel most welcome to give me a call directly about any matter that I can help involving property development and your needs. Thank you for watching, and please enjoy other videos soon to come.